It's time to join Gary Gold with Momentum Masterclass.
Welcome to yet another segment of Momentum Masterclass. I'm Masego Mapanyani, and as always, I'm joined by assistant Springbok coach Gary Gold. Gary, today we're looking at the fly half and his decision-making. As we know, he is a critical player in the team. We have a question in here. When receiving the ball out of the scrum, my fly half often makes bad decisions when he passes. How can I improve his decision-making ability, especially under pressure?
A question like this from a high school first-team coach is a great question, because fly-half decision-making and the people around him is such an essential part of the modern game.
Yeah.
Now, that could be a decision whether he believes the kick is on or not. Hopefully, most of the time it's not. And hopefully more around the decision-making of who he's going to put into holes and who's going to be able to play is going to be able to create the most continuity for the team. So Steve and I have put together a drill over here that we think is quite fun. It's a gradual drill which we've built up. And so take a look at it and see if it helps you at high school level. Okay, chaps, the object of this exercise is one of the most important questions that we get from high school coaches is fly-half decision-making. In fact, decision-making completely, because that's the most important element that we should be coaching in the game. We're going to run a drill with Steve over here. I'll look after the defence. Steve's going to look after the attack. Steve, take us through what we're going to look to achieve in this drill at the moment with fly-half decision-making.
Well, firstly, guys, the decision-making at 10 is critical. As you know, the 10 is the general of the side, and he's going to make the most of the decisions. So another important point to realise that decision-making is a skill and can be practiced. So what we're going to do is we're going to set defensive situations where the fly-half is going to have to start recognising options and opportunities where he can start playing and attack and break down this defence. So what we're going to do is we're going to run certain defensive patterns. The fly-half's going to have to read those defences, pick his options and play the correct one.
Okay, should we get into it? Let's go, guys. Okay, we're going to start off the drill, chaps. We only got to put 2 defenders against him, so it's going to make it a little bit easier in the back line, and we've got a flank and a scrum half. A little micro skill over here is the scrum half's going to put pressure on the opposition scrum half to make a quality pass and get it into the bread basket of the fly half. You've got a decision to make. You don't know where they're going to defend. You're going to have to see where the hole is. You ready? Right, let's go. Lots of communication on the whistle. Okay, well done. Okay, we've added an extra defender in now, so it's going to make it a little bit more difficult. Let's see if you make the right decision where the hole is. Well done. All right, let's see if the defenders do something else, if you can read the situation. You ready? Let's go. Well done. Okay, let's have the last one. Let's see if you can make a perfect score, the perfect decision making. Let's go. Well done. Great decision making. So, Steve, fundamentals of that drill. We ran a couple of options in attack. You ran a guy on unders line, a guy on overs line, coming through the middle, and obviously with the ability to play it wide as well. And we shifted the defence around. Tell us a little bit more about the intricacies of that drill.
Well, the key thing here, I think, if you're practicing this drill is don't be scared to have progression to the drill. The fly-half is often under a lot of pressure, and especially if the fly-half is struggling to make his decisions, make his life easier, educate him what the key defensive lines would be. So he's going to maybe get rushed, it could be an early drift, etc. So he can start picking up those signals. Once he becomes confident in beating it on a 5-on-3, start adding the extra defenders and progress it from there to build his confidence.
Okay, remember guys, every drill that we've done today, bar none, and every drill we're going to ever do in Momentum Masterclass is going to require the communication. The whole time, the eyes and ears on the outside. It makes the decision making so much more easier. So while the guy's trying to make a decision, if you know you're the guy in the hole, call it to him, let him know you're the guy. It makes the decision making easier. Happy? Sure. Thanks guys, well done.
Well, I'm sure Gary and Steve have made it easy to understand the decision-making abilities that a fly half needs to make. If you want to see that again, you can go onto our YouTube link, FNB TV, or our Facebook fan page, FNB Classic Clashes, or www.fnbclassicclasses.co.za. Next week, we take another question from a coach, this time on defensive play, and the question really is essentially about how to help a defense when they're a man down.
This masterclass was brought to you by Momentum.